Hey everybody, time for another hobby update, and I actually finished two more models. This is Gorzag, and Nikkit, a very expensive pair of plastic models. I think it's $35 for these two things. I don't know why they're so expensive, but yeah, I bought them anyway just because I wanted the model. I've always wanted the model, back when it was was it Games Day exclusive or something like that, but I never wanted to spend the money on it. So I spent probably more money than I would have 10 years ago to get the metal ones on these plastic ones. But I decided to paint them up as evil sons because that's kind of what I'm doing right now. No particular reason. And it came out very nicely. So what I want to do, just real quick, talk about the skin, is I decided to try something a little different. Actually, quite a bit different than anything I've ever done. Was I highlighted it using yellows instead of more greens. So basically, it's the base is Warboss green, then it's washed with Agrax Earthshade, and then it's got two layers of Waywatcher green glaze to bring the green back. And unfortunately, GW doesn't make their glazes anymore, so when I'm out of this glaze, I'm going to be very, very upset because I won't be able to do my green. I'll have to figure out a new green technique. And then what I did was I started layering up with the Warboss green, and then adding more layers, slowly adding more Flash Gets Yellow to it. That's the one I used, right? Flash Gets Yellow. Yes, Flash Gets Yellow. And I really like how the highlights came out. I don't know how well it's going to come out on camera, but yeah, they are way different than what I usually do, which is just using the moot green as highlights. And then what I did with the face around the mouth and teeth is I added a couple layers, added in a little Ushopti bone into the yellow to give one more final highlight around the jaw. And pretty much I'm very happy with how this guy came out. Yeah, normally I think he's painted up in the stock models painted up as Goths, but I decided to go with Evil Sons. Again, just because that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, very happy with him. So I got that. I got Nikkit again. I try to do so I do my normal grot stuff here. What I do with these guys is I prime them white, and then I turn the moot green into a wash, a very thin paint. And then, of course, it kind of gives you a natural highlight. And then I wash it with Agrax, and then I layer it up with the Waywatcher green glaze to make it green again. And what I try to do is layer up a little bit of yellow in here. But the way the skin was done as a base, the highlights really don't show up very well. So I kind of stopped before I screwed it up. But he's very simple, very simple model. Not much to him. So, and the glue's still drying on these guys, gluing them to the bases, so all I have to do is let the glue dry and then give them their final varnish and they'll be done. And yeah, I really like this model. Using the yellow for the highlights was a very interesting experience because I actually layered it up. It's not something I would do on 150 boys if I was starting an orc army, adding that many layers, because it was several layers. There was first layering, just restoring the color of the Warboss green, and then adding more and more yellow. I think there's like 5 or 6 layers, and there's no way I would do that on 100 models, or even 60 models, really. It's just kind of too time consuming. But this one-off guy, or characters in general, wouldn't that be a bad idea? And again, it's really, I really like it. I really like how the color came out. So yeah, that's what I've done. I've done 5 whole models this year. What else do I got going on? Oh yeah, this thing. I'm going to talk about this thing. So, you know about my UFO? These are... Oh, this has no batteries in it. UFO lamps I got from a pizza place. And we converted them up. They were originally Def Copters, but now there are Megatrack scrap jets, because they got wingtip missiles. So I got 2 of these. One of them is currently broken. The electronics don't work in this because it got some corrosion on the switch, and the switch doesn't work anymore. So I have to figure out how to. I might just bypass the switch and just put batteries in or out. But that's the only reason why this one isn't working. But I only got 2. Here's the top of it. Only got 2, so I went on eBay to try and find another one, and what I got looked similar in the pictures, but is completely different. This is what I bought. It was $8. Paid way too much for it. And you can see it's significantly smaller. Well, not significantly, but noticeably smaller than the other UFOs. And it doesn't have screws to hold it together like these do. I mean, that's one of the main things I like about these, because they're screwed together. So I made them so that I can take them apart and service the electronics if I need to. But this one is completely different. Fortunately, it does have a different lighting pattern, and it's got it's got an RGB, and then you can mix, cycle through. We got all three, and then we got the breathing. So yeah, you can cycle through a lot of different color patterns. So that's cool. I mean, it's not worth $8 by itself, and I'm very happy with the having this board and these LEDs and the battery box. So I'm thinking about trying to maybe 3D print a new top for it, 3D print one instead, or at least a new top. And the problem, of course, this plastic is even worse than this other plastic. Oh, it is the exact same diameter. Never mind. It just looks smaller because it's not as substantial, but yeah, it's the exact same diameter. Yeah, you can't see it the way it's set up. It's set up to display through these holes. I can see some red glow in there. So I have to figure out something else for this, because I can't glue anything to this plastic. I mean, this stuff is bad enough, but it is significantly better than this stuff will be. So basically, I can't use this at all, the plastic part of it. I can use the electronics and maybe these tabs here, but I'm gonna have to print something for a UFO. And of course, as time is going on, I realize that my filament printer isn't the best option. I should have gone with resin for actual models, but for things like this, the filament printer is okay. But so maybe someday I'll get another printer. But for now, because I do want three Megatrack scrap jets. There's no doubt about that. I do want 3 of them for a unit and for the stratagem, because Megatrack scrap jets are just too good. Yeah, so there we are. That's my hobby update. I'm working on still trying to figure out the third UFO. Still trying to fix that one, and these guys are done. Very happy with them. Any questions, let me know. And thanks for watching.